right, hello. So today we are going to talk about the months of the year. And what I want you to do first, though, is I want everybody to get up. And what I want you to do is, without speaking, I want you to get in a circle. There's only, there's 15 of you. And I want you to, by order of birth, by month and day, year is not important, but I want you to get in a circle. With January starting here and ending up in December. Okay? Let's go ahead and take a minute to do that. All right. So that would be your warm-up. Be kind of fun. This would be an initial assignment. And first day or so, get to know each other there. So the months of the year, they've changed. And so today we're going to do a lesson. We're just going to look at the months, talk about their backgrounds, and then I'm going to have you work in pairs and figure out the answer to some quiz questions, okay? But first of all, let's go ahead and just repeat the names of the month, and then we'll go through them all. We have January, February, March, April, May, June, and they're out of order. Now, I did that on purpose because you couldn't read it anyway, right? And this is what happens in certain situations. So the months got out of order. That's how calendars work sometimes. We kind of place things out of order. And I did that on purpose just to see if you would catch that. So as I'm adjusting that, we can talk more about the lesson and where we are. I also color-coded these because I figured that they were seasonal. So what I did was, let's go back to where we were. January, February, March, those are basically your winter months, okay? Winter really begins December 21st and ends March 19th. So you have January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December. 12 months. And in the fiscal business world, we hear about quarters, right? Quarterly earnings. So the months are very important. The way we do business, the way we live our lives when we're born, how we mark assignments, mark anniversaries and such. This would be your first quarter, January, February, March, second quarter, April, May, June, right? And then going through. Talk about fourth quarter with earnings, dividends. That's where these terms come from. Also broken down, then you would have your winter months would be, as I was trying to show before with this amazing graphic, spring would be from March 20th. So basically there's a bit of a crossover from March into June 22nd. And then your summer months are, summer is from June 21st. Actually, summer goes all the way to September 22nd. Now, with so many schools out there, kids are starting in early August, so it seems like summer is kind of gone away. And then December, a lot of these are built on solstices. December runs from, this is for 2020 coming up, December 21st to March 19th. So anyway, what the exercise is going to involve is for you to go through a series of questions, and there are 3 questions or possibilities for each month. And only one, one is wrong, okay? So you'll have to figure that out. They're difficult. So what I'm going to do is we're going to eliminate one of them, and then you'll just have to choose from the 2 that are left per month. So let's do one together. Well, we'll go through them together. January. So with January, you're going to have these cards, for example, and you'll have a selection of various possibilities. 3 different questions there. Now, January was named after the Roman god Janus. He was a god who looked after new beginnings. Okay? So that means you have two other choices. You can eliminate from those when you partner up, and you can choose which one's left over. So the other two choices are that Janus had a second role. He guarded doors into and out of all kinds of places. And the other possibility is that Janus' word is a word that is spelled the same forwards and backwards. That's false. That would be your false answer. Okay, so you would choose from those two. But we're eliminating this one because I'm giving you that answer. Same thing with February. You'll have three questions, and we are going to eliminate one of them right now. And we'll just go through a few of these and talk about some salient points, and then let you get together and work on pronunciation and some general knowledge of the words themselves. So let's look at a few of the other words that might have some interest when we're looking at the months of the year. For example, a lot of the modern months are derived from Roman words, Roman gods, a lot of them. Now, where it gets really kind of interesting, we get down to June, and June was named after the Roman god Juno, who was the wife of Jupiter and the goddess of marriage and childbirth. Here is where it kind of gets interesting with months. So I want you to take this as a takeaway as far as historical import. There used to be just 10 months, okay? So what happened was you had these two Caesars, Julius and Augusto, and so July was named after Julius Caesar after he died in 44 BC. Before these two dates were added, July and August, there were 10 months, okay? So let's go over here to December. December used to be the 10th month in the old Roman calendar, which had only 304 days. So this is what becomes kind of interesting in my perspective, from my perspective, when I look at words and where they come from, their origin. Make sure you turn off your cell phone. Okay. Is that we look at a word like September, okay, Latin-based words, and it comes from the Latin word septem, which means 7. So it used to be the 7th month in the Roman calendar. So before July and August got inserted, it went from June to September. So September was your 7th month. October, octopus, 8, octo. This was the 8th month. November, November. And then finally December, which is dies, diece, decade, comes from 10. Okay? So that's just a little background on it. The pronunciation is fairly simple. I think one of the good ways that we can work on it, if anybody wants to volunteer, we can bounce the ball back and forth, and we can just have a competition. January, February, just back and forth. January, February, and see who messes it or who can't catch, or maybe I don't know. But that's an exercise you can do there as well. Working quarters. Marching forward, January, February, March, April, May, June, such and such, okay? The important thing, though, for right now is to get into your groups. We're going to let you go through this quick assessment and see what you can figure out with the months and see if they have some impact. And again, you're all born in a certain month, so enjoy it, enjoy the process, and know their importance and their value and how to pronounce them. So there we go, the months of the year.